go. Welcome into the PHNX Rising post-game show. Rising absolutely totally redeemed themselves from Wednesday's loss after going down 4-0 against Sacramento, where they lost on Wednesday. We're back at it Saturday night, 2-0, 2 first-half goals against Monterey Bay. It buries them at the Bay. Rising win, great game. Team showed up. They got plugged in. Whatever happened, but we are here. I am Max Simpson. This is Owain Evans. We're feeling good, baby. We're feeling real good.
I feel it's quite breezy here. I'm going to be honest. It's quite breezy.
All right.
It's not a good breeze. Yeah. It's that like exposed to the sea breeze. Shout out Tyler with the super chat, by the way.
Let's go. Tyler with a $20 super chat. What a freaking guy. Hey, boys, this was a great performance. I don't care what you say. It could have been better, but just want to show our support. Cheers. Off to Beerland. You know,
sounds good. Sounds good.
I see Tyler with the beer. I see CWP with a little shots emoji in there. Here we go, baby. You know what time it is. Is that bourbon whiskey? Let's go. It has been far too long since I had the pleasure of doing that. We're feeling damn good. Yes, Devin got a new chair. Toilet bowl shots. 2-0 win. What more do we want, Owen? What more could we ask for?
I don't know. Do you want a list?
Oh, dear gosh. This guy is like killing my vibe. All right. Anyway, we got 2 first-half goals from Manuel Arteaga, Danny Trejo. Oh, and it seemed like the first 15 minutes or so, this club we're kind of pulling our hair. We're thinking, is this really going to happen again where they're just not really creating too much offensively? Rocco having to bail out with a fantastic save and then kind of start pushing out the field a bit more. Saw formation change, tactical change, look like on the pitch as well as the broadcast calling it out into 4-2-3-1 seemingly. And then, team pushes up a bit more, starts picking off some of those Monterey balls off the back line. And seemingly out of nowhere, kind of gets the run of play for the first 15, 20 minutes. We got a 1-0 Rising match. We're thinking, okay, we got something here.
I will say on the tactical changes you're kind of hinting at there, I'm not fully sure quite how much of that necessarily. Look, they had to adapt. Rising came out in the back 5. They were expecting, I think, Monterey maybe to be a little bit different. They come out, they see that they're warming up, looking like they've got a back 4, because apparently Monterey Bay do that. I mean, yeah, you give things the warm-ups, great. So they come out in the back 4 and trying to work out how to adapt to that. That's something that Juan really mentioned in the post game about how he's proud of the way they adapted to things. Not always easiest. I mean, it's been a tough week on the road for these boys, right? It's not easy, especially coming off of a rough game like they had on Wednesday. When you're coming off of that and you're trying to say, okay, how are we gonna put that behind us, keep going, all of that kind of stuff. It's a very good result tonight, I think. It's overall. Look, you've got yourselves back in, providing the as it stands table, which I was looking at earlier, still stands as it is. You've got yourself back in a playoff place this evening, in a very congested lower half of that playoffs, where it's conceivable that you move up. You've got a team that's above you that is currently in free fall. We'll go into that more later. All of those kind of things right now, I think it's good. If you're Phoenix Rising, you're looking at this, you feel okay. Now, you've got something to prove when you get back home now, and you're going to have some tough games. You've got more games on the road that are not necessarily going to be the easiest to go. But today was definitely a step back in the right direction. I think a large part of that, good finishing. Manuel Arteaga, Danny Trejo taking their chances when they were given them, burying them. Danny Trejo's goal, I think, was a thing of beauty when you look at it overall. I think overall, second half Rising, maybe a few worries as you look. They were giving away quite a few chances. They weren't necessarily getting the most of their own. However, I will say this. One thing that people have always been quite critical of with the Rising team has been the way that they like to pass it around, slow things down, sometimes overly slow things down. When you're 2-0 up in the second half, I don't mind it. A team that is comfortable to be able to possess the ball. Kind of strangle a little bit of the life out of the game. I just slow things down and slow it down. That's not bad.
Man, you got Rocco coming out with a routine save in the 67th minute and just falls on the ball, takes a sweet time, man. Like, that is quality time wasting. We absolutely love it. You did mention that this club tonight, they took their chances when it made it count. Let's go. We got to buy the numbers. This graphic really says it all, right? It's 2 goals to 0, 1.05 XG for Rising, 1.51 for Monterey Bay, 50-50 possession. Here's the key one: 6 shot for Rising, 15 for Monterey Bay, only 3 of the shots on goal. So you're telling me half of Rising's shots were on goal, a third of them were in the back of the net, and only 1 of them on goal missed the back of the net. If you're telling me, Owen, that Rising has less shots, less on goal, they didn't win the possession battle, and they had less XG, and you're telling me they win 2-0? This is clinical? Rising in the first half? I don't know what we just watched, man, but this goes against everything we thought we knew about this club.
Absolutely. They're not usually that way. I think we've seen this team kind of struggle a lot with getting those chances on goal and really making the goalkeeper work when they do.
Yeah.
I think today, look, he scored 2 goals before the break. Of course, you're going to feel good about yourselves. Look, it's worth remembering. It's worth remembering now. When Rising have gone in winning at the break, they haven't lost a game since October 2018.
Yeah.
It's been October 2018, the last time they actually lost a game they were winning at halftime.
That's really kind of crazy. Damn. No, it's something where we have seen this team when they score early, and especially when it's in the first half, and when they have that opportunity, man, they're able to get on the front foot. And it's something where it's so tough so often, where it's either a mistake early on and they're a goal behind, or they're stalling out of the gates and they go into halftime 0-0, and we're thinking, what's going to happen in the second half? And, it kind of, it's not like oh, wow, here's an epiphany moment. When you score first, game tends to work in your favor. And not only did Rising do that, it worked pretty quickly in the first half, where they controlled pretty much the rest of the match. The second after they scored that goal. Granted, yes, PK that Rocco saves, which I know we'll probably get into a bit later, but by and large, this was a dominant performance where Rising didn't really let off the gas. They kind of just grew into the game. It's, again, not accustomed to it with this club.
Yeah. Overall, I think it's just a good overall win, I think, tonight. Look, we can really get into it. I know we got the comments in there about, we talk about the penalty that Renzo gave away. There's also asks for injury updates. You know what? There's a lot of things, and we will bring up some of those things. I tell you what, though, before we go much further, let's just listen now to the first remarks that we actually had tonight out of Rising coach Juan Guerra.
I'm so happy. I'm so proud of the boys. Massive collective effort that took tactical understanding, tactical awareness, starting in a back 5 and then seeing that they were in a back 4, and understanding that we were going to be able to press them much better in a 4, and being able to make the tactical switch within the game, probably 19-20 minutes into the game, and seeing how the group reacts to that. It's important. It's important. Keeping the clean sheet. I think the goalkeepers, I think the back line, everybody deserved a clean sheet today, working. And it was important. It was important to bounce back, especially after what happened on Wednesday night. And you and I know how difficult it is, especially staying on the road. And the boys tonight show up. The boys tonight showed that they're here and they want to compete, and they want to do it together. That is most importantly.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the dude rocking the turtleneck, you can't say no wrong. But no, it's the club. The club was, they did well. They did well. Not by any means a flawless performance. We're seeing in the chat, right? People are pointing out some laps here and there. We're going to talk about the penalty, everything like that. But you want to see a team rise to the occasion after what happened. And when, as a manager, you're saying this is a must-win game, and they not only deliver, but they deliver, I would say, relatively emphatically, feels good. Feels good.
No, it does. It does. Look, it was. I think the way that the league is going, with how tight everything is, and how you're getting into all of those different potential permutations for who could end up where, and we're even at that point now, right? I know it's the end of July. We're at the point now where you're starting to say you've got to be willing to pick up points in games like this and prove your credentials as a team that are a contender. Actually, again, I know we've always said that the goal for Phoenix Rising is to crack the top 4, to be hosting their first playoff game in the first round, not just make the playoffs. And yet at the same time, you watch this team and they're kind of in that in-between phase whereby maybe they do make the playoffs, maybe they don't make the playoffs. And it's so tight that any of these points means so much in this, especially because you look at some of the games that Rising should have picked up points in and didn't. When you look at games like Miami, you look at games like Las Vegas, those kind of matches, they didn't pick up points in those. To be able to come on the road against a team who is kind of like a bubble playoff team, pick up 3 points in a victory that, yes, Monterey had a few chances, but to me, Phoenix Rising, I think, were still, I think, the side that deserved to come out on top of this one.
100%. No, 100%. Listen, I mean, this could have been the crazy thing is this game really, matches come down to moments. Again, there's your bingo card on the cliches there. This, matches do come down to moments. It comes down to, players who step up in their performances. And without a certain player, we could be talking about a very different scenario, a very different tone early on. Listen, we're all saying in the chat, this is actually the first time I believe he's been named man of the match. This isn't even a question, right? This is the easiest one I feel we've had to decide in a while. It is the one, the only Mr. Rocco Rios Novo is our man of the match. 6 save, a penalty save, point blank save in that first half. Again, that's what I'm referencing. This could have been a very different tone of the match, like an absolute reflex save. Couple of them, honestly. And not only that, splitting lines. Man was very good at playing out of the back, as we've always known him to be, but really was challenged a bit down the stretch in the second half with some balls needing to find midfielders and even attackers. He made it happen with his feet, with his hands. Rocco Rios Novo, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think, look, he's someone who, again, we always see this brought up at the idea of Rocco Rios Novo. He's a short goalkeeper, right? He is not a big, tall guy. You're used to the big 6-foot+ guys in goal. That's not what you're getting at Rocco Rios Novo. But he makes every inch of the height that he has work.
Yeah.
And you saw that, I think it was 9 minutes into the game, he's getting up to save a header. And I look at that initially, I'm thinking, oh, that's quite an awkward save he has to make. But he still has the reach to get up there. Now, of course, we can all talk about the penalty save. I think it's, look, we go down the old line of things. Every penalty save is a good penalty save because you always have to guess the right way. You have to actually get there and execute, and no one's expecting you to make the save. The penalty was awful. Let's not beat around the bush. The penalty was awful.
Not great.
But he still does well to get down there to make the save, and he deserves his congratulations for that. But you know what they say about people from Argentina? They make terrible coaches of Mexico, but very good rising goalkeepers.
Yes, they do.
I was in an Uber here in Monterey this morning, and there was an Uber driver genuinely going about how Mexico keeps hiring Argentinians and they need to stop to coach the team.
Okay, everyone's got their preference. I was going to say, when you're in your Uber...
We'll invite Ramon back on the pod to discuss that one, shall we?
That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah. No, hey, I bet I was going to say, when you're in your Uber, I bet you pass a couple Circle Ks, and I know you Jones for a Polar Pop. Our friends at Circle K, they're going to be treating us during a win like this, right? The Polar Pops, freaking the snacks, everything like that. Go get your victory beers out there. I know you guys be drinking beers in the match. Let's go. Circle K, the way to do it. And you guys know how to get your hands on your own Polar Pop. You text PHNX to 31310. Again, that's PHNX to 31310. People are joining the Circle K PHNX. I'm not going to say revolution. That's not it. But they are joining the movement of everyone texting PHNX to 31310. Damn good time. Appreciate all of our Rising fans in the chat because I know you guys have already done that. So heck yeah, we love that. Thank you to our friends at Circle K fueling us for this victory. Someone else fueling us for that victory. It's our friends at Four Peaks. Already know, drinking that delicious victory beer. Four Peaks. You got all the different ones, man. The wows, the kills, everything like that. Even in Monterey Bay. Owen, I know you're going to have a nice Four Peaks after this match. I know they got it over there, and it's a good time. You want to check out Four Peaks for yourself. You check them out.
Max, you must find these beers in places where I just can't find them.
No, dude, I know they're there.
I look.
You got to look harder, dude. Check out their store Laker. You got to check out their store Laker. You can check out that and more when you go. So look at them on Instagram at 4 Peaks Brew and at 4 Peaks Pub. They got all the information there, dude. It's the best freaking stuff. Thank you to our friends at 4 Peaks for taking care of us. And of course, you must be 21 years or older to drink responsibly. Okay. You know, Juan, I know, wow. Owain, I know that people are going to be asking. Yeah, you're not Juan Guerra. I know that people have been asking, you know, and I know Juan Guerra, I believe, mentioned to you a bit really about just not only the state of this match and everything like that, but I believe you heard something about some of the players not playing. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, we need to address some of the things. I know people have got questions around injuries and all of that. So Kev picked up a knock in the last game. And played through it. He was left out today. I don't have a timeline for you. I would imagine sooner rather than later, but there. Daniel Kurtzen. He went off. He felt something in his hamstring. They took him off as a precaution given the number of minutes that he's been playing. However, they will be taking him for imaging when he gets back to Phoenix. So we wait to see what happens on that one. Hamstring, we'll see. Looking at some of the others, you know what? We mentioned Rocco Rios Novo earlier, actually, though. We didn't hear some of the comments from Juan on... God, I'm losing it. Something in my throat. Rocco and also the clean sheet in general from the team. Let's have a listen to that one.
I'm so happy for him. He works so hard like every player on the team. And I said it at halftime. I said, you guys need to reward yourself with a clean sheet. The amount of hard work that we do in the training ground, how much we push you guys in game days. I said, reward yourselves with a clean sheet, not just the goalkeepers, the backline, everybody. You guys saw how Manuel Arteaga presses. So the fact that you have your number 9 pressing that way, I think the team deserved it. They earned it, and I am so happy for all of them.
Yeah. No, I mean, right, man. We what is it? We didn't get the first clean sheet for this team in quite a while leading into this season. So the fact that they're able to string one together here today, have a comprehensive performance. Yes, sometimes it's not always the easiest clean sheets where you need your goalkeeper to stand on his head a bit. And make no mistake about it, even though rising 1-2-0, this was a stand on your head performance based on some of those shots that he had to take in. So, yeah, very much impressive there. I mean, I will say
as well, the one comment in here from SC Collective, Harvey did a good job filling in for an entire half of Krutsanov. Yeah, he did. Yeah, and that's something that Juan also commented on in the post-game interviews, saying that, yes, he was impressed at the versatility that Harvey managed to show by being able to take over that role.
100%. 100%. Yeah, it's see Jordino in the chat. I turned on the game in the second half to see an old high school varsity teammate play and missed a penalty. Oof. Yeah, it's also solid save by Rocco Rios Novo, but yes, I know Owen, you mentioned earlier, not a great penalty.
Not a
great
penalty.
No. Yeah, you know, I know we're talking about players stepping up. I do want to make sure, right? We do spend a little bit of time at the end of the chat. They're calling for it. We got a shout out there. Renzo Zambrano. Tough penalty to give away. Listen, for everyone who's saying Carlos Harvey loves a yellow card, which he certainly does, Renzo Zambrano loves a risky challenge.
Loves him even more.
It seems they're both due for one a game. So what did you see on the pitch with that one?
It was just poor judgment. I don't think he had to commit to that challenge in the way that he did. I think he does enough that the referee can give that, and I just don't think it's necessary.
Fair enough.
It's one of those ones that's right by the edge of the penalty area. And if you can sit down and say, is the penalty maybe proportionate to what it is?
Yeah.
But you know that's going to give away a penalty in that position. So why are you doing it? You've got to assess that. You've got to make that judgment. You've got to think through why you're going to commit to a challenge like that in that position, knowing what the consequence can be. And 100%. I don't think it was a great judgment to go in the way that he did.
No. Once you get into the 18-yard box, I mean, it kind of stands to reason. You pretty much need to be on high alert in those tackles coming in, especially one that was, I'm not going to say clumsy, that wasn't it, but just didn't necessarily need to happen, especially when you're coming in from behind and kind of the side there. It was careless. It did not match what the moment called for there. But something that we did see later on in the match, a certain Darius Formella making his Phoenix Rising debut.
Absolutely, he did, and I managed to speak to Darius just after the game. Let's have a listen to what Formella had to say.
Great feeling. First win, first game for Phoenix Rising. I'm very happy, and we're looking forward.
How well have you gelled with your new teammates over the last few days?
Oh, great time. I was only one day in Phoenix because we were in Sacramento and now in Monterey. but teammates are great. The team is, you can feel it's a big team. Big pressure here, but I'm very happy to be part of this organization.
You can feel it's a big team, Max.
Confirmed. Phoenix Rising, big club. Absolutely big club. And
massive.
And like what Mikey's saying, look at that beautiful beard. It's absolutely glowing, that beard. You know what else is glowing? Friends at OG's Brands. You're me glowing. You're me riding the high of this victory with our friends at OG's Brands. Man, you already know it. You already freaking know it. The indicas, the sativas, the creams, the fruits, the minis, everything like that, even like a mini. You don't want to be, you want to ride your own natural high from this win. That's fine. Little OGs, little minis help you out right there. And then, even when Mikey says something about Tottenham, I don't know, probably a compliment. I'm sure I'm not going to even read it. But it's, even when someone says something like that, you just ride the high to OGs. And it's, I'm not a doctor, but pretty much takes care of comments like that and anything else because you're just riding the high. Check out our friends at OG's Brands to do it yourself. Check them on Instagram at OG's Brands and as well as online at ogsbrands.com. Thank you to our friends at OG's. Must be 21 years or older to enjoy them responsibly. Valley Tap Room. Valley Tap Room, our friends there. I absolutely had a great time at the dueling watch parties the other day. And man, again, after that 4-0 loss, it was tough. But I know our friends at Valley Tap Room, they're cheersing, they're saluting to us right now with a shot or a beer after that victory. You can do the same when you're out at Valley Tap Room next time you are there off the 202N Gilbert's. Check them out. They always got happy hours, great beer prices. They have the Trivia Tuesdays, all that fun stuff. Again, check them out, 202N Gilbert, as well as on Instagram at Valley Tap Room. Boom.
Yeah,
man.
All right, should we have a look around USL?
Let's do it.
There's lots of games that went on today, so we really should take a peek at those scores. Do you want me to read them, Max, or do you want me to just focus on the key ones at this point?
Let's focus on the key ones because at one point in this match, based on how live results were holding, Rising was up to 7th. Please update us where they're at now.
They are, I believe, in 8th, but I've just opened a different tab to that, Max, so thank you. Enough here. Okay, I've got to verify because the league website is they are indeed in 8th. They sit in 8th behind Colorado Springs, who are in 7th, also on 29 points with 21 games played. They are 1 point behind San Diego, although San Diego do have 2 games in hand. Orange County currently sit in 5th. They are 2 points ahead of Phoenix Rising. However, Orange County have played 1 game more. And El Paso, same games played as Rising, but really not in a good run of form whatsoever. El Paso currently 3 points ahead of Rising, same games played in 4th. Right behind Rising, New Mexico United sitting on 28 points, 20 games played.
Yep.
Monterey Bay in 10th, 27. As are RGV.
Monterey Bay, more like held at bay, you know what I mean? Hey.
Just stop it, man.
No?
But look at some of those games that were interesting. El Paso, we mentioned they're in kind of free fall. They lose 5-2 today on the road against RGV.
Yeah. Kind of nuts. Kind of two 5-2 matches today, actually.
Yeah, indeed. Oakland Roots held to a 1-1 draw by Detroit City. Orange County getting a 1-0 win over New Mexico United. And propping up the foot of the table, we don't talk about them much, but Las Vegas Lights losing 2-1 at Cashman Field to Sacramento Republic. 1-1 at halftime, that one was.
Yeah, go figure. Go figure. It's always the kind of random results. This is nothing too crazy in the realm of results so far today in the land of USL. Yeah.
Can we have a look at the chat in a minute?
I'm sorry. We got Casey Keller in the chat. Brad was good. Novo better. Interesting. I haven't seen a goalkeeper in the chat in quite a while. Okay, great. Casey Keller.
We got some really random stuff always loves to pop up in our chat. So
gosh, don't they always absolutely gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Do you see SE Collective? I've not been the biggest fan of King, but I thought he put in a decent effort today. I actually echo that as well. Wearing the captain's armband, went forward decently. I will say, I think this was a match where I'm surprised Monterey Bay didn't look to test a bit more, but he played the role that he needed to, and solid performance. I got nothing bad to say.
Yeah. No, I think he played, again, not a huge standout, but not a huge... There was nothing negative to note on. So, yeah, I would broadly speaking agree. I think that then I had a solid performance there.
Absolutely. Devin, stop asking where Greg Berhalter is at. No, don't worry. He's not.
We don't encourage the trolls to come back
don't
out.
encourage them.
Don't encourage them. They have enough encouragement as it is when they see Max.
Oh, boy. Anyway, moving on from that one. Obviously, I don't know. We talked about the players a little bit about this result. What do you think this means in context for Rising within the course of the season? I know with the results going on throughout the USL, with this victory, I think this is something that you hope this can galvanize this team ahead of a tough stretch. Do you think that's something that's likely to happen, or do you think this is maybe a case of Rising maybe not playing a team up to par at the moment?
But there was a lot of, I think it's just a bit of confidence. It's a bit of getting that momentum going in some way, shape, or form. This team has been struggling to find wins themselves. Phoenix Rising. Sometimes you have to play a team that is also struggling to help you kickstart the way that you're going, right? And I'm looking at what Phoenix Rising were like when they walked in. They seemed quite business focused, very much looking to get this one done. I think they knew what this game meant in a lot of ways. You know, we obviously had Juan talking to us and saying, yes, it's a must-win game. Anything but a win is not going to be a good result for this team. And of course, elements of that are filtered through to the players. But I think they just knew. They knew how important this game was. And the relief in some ways coming off, I think they were all, you could tell they were in very high spirits. It was a big win. We saw Danny Trejo scores his goal to make it 2 and runs immediately over to Juan and just jumps into his arm. I've actually got some photos of that. I might have to post them later. But yeah, I think it's relieved, I think, a bit of pressure. The hope is great second chance for who is creating these accounts?
Dude,
who is creating these accounts?
Oh my God. That's good stuff,
brilliant.
man. Someone's got too much time in their hands.
They
God.
do. They do.
Seeing Andrew's question in the comment, when's the last time a 1 seed made a cup final? And remember, not trying to downside Sacramento or anything.
Last year was both 1 seeds, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So it was both sides, the 1 seeds made. It was an all 1 seed final.
Yeah,
San Antonio ultimate 1 seed, the ultimate 1 seed in San Antonio who won it all.
Demolished.
Won, yeah.
100%. Yeah, like Albert, good echoing there. Yeah, 100%. Well, it's going to be interesting to see where Rising, kind of where they're going moving forward. I know we kind of talked a bit about some of Juan's comments. Anything else you got from him?
Well, you know what? There's 2 things I'm going to point out. Number one is that I'm going to actually refer back to our initial, one of our initial topics of conversation. You'd said you'd taken off the broadcast. They'd noticed they'd changed into the back 4. Obviously, I was standing down at pitch side. I didn't quite grasp that one, trying to do things. And then I realized, I told you, I'm not sure quite what they did there. And then when we played that first clip of Juan, I realized he said that they changed formation 20 minutes in. Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah. It's funny sometimes. When you're pitch side, you don't get all of that. It's harder sometimes to picture. When I come up here, so right now I'm kind of like sitting on the halfway and I'm looking down. I can see how the patterns emerge. You can do all of that. When you're right down behind the goal, standing in a corner.
With the profit, I can see the patterns emerging. Yeah.
But no, you know what? There's actually one more good thing I think we should take out clip-wise from what Juan managed to say today. And it's weird because it's... Look, if you ever listen to Juan giving a press conference in full, you kind of... Maybe this won't surprise you in any way or form, but he sometimes will start answering your question and he answers it kind of before immediately answering an entirely different question that he had in his own mind. And some it's really good content. And that's what this was. This was, I think, a really good way to give us our little parting kind of end in some ways to the show. So, yeah, this one actually came from a conversation about Darius Formella and what it was like having him on the team. And here's what Juan said. It ended up being this kind of talk about mentality. Let's have a listen.
Most importantly to me is it was a collective effort from start to finish, from the guys that started, from the guys that came off the bench, from the guys that didn't dress, that stayed in the stands. Tonight was a huge message to everyone. I think we live in a society that we always want to show up and we always want to stay present when things are going well and when everything is beautiful. And even when things are not, we wanna pretend as they are, and that's what people shows up in social media. That's how people are every day. We live in a society that people are so afraid of failure, and when failure happens, they hide. I told the boys, we don't hide after what happened on Wednesday night. We show our faces. We walk with our faces up. We understand. We own it. We dust it off, and we go again. And that's exactly what the boys did tonight. So it's a clear message to absolutely everyone that this group is here to compete, that this group will understand when we're not good enough, and we understand and we apologize when we're not good enough, but we also ready to compete, and we cared, and we're going to keep moving forward together.
Yeah, man. Let's freaking go. Okay, yeah. Okay, you heard that, everyone. Juan Guerra, he doesn't want anyone to sugarcoat it. He wants people to know that Wednesday sucked, but it's behind us, and they won, and it's all over with. No, that's actually like, it's pretty retrospective, man. That's good stuff. It's like, I mean, yeah, I think you have even noted before, Owen, that maybe, not pointing fingers, but perhaps other coaching staffs or other rising eras would maybe take a different approach. But no, it's knowing that the performance was not good enough on Wednesday, and
I decline to comment. Don't turn this around on me. Don't turn this around on me.
Okay. No, I'm kidding. I would never. No, but it's a very refreshing take to it all. But hey, man, we'll see. It's good. It's good if they won, right? I mean, this is an entire different story if they did not win. If things could have gone badly in the first half, but they didn't. Rising win 2-0. Everyone in the chat, appreciate you joining us. Appreciate our diehards as well. You guys want to become like a diehard as well? Go to phnxlocker.com. We got a good thing going on, 50% off sale. That is 50% off a lot of things in the shop. It's freaking cool. Become a diehard. Got additional discounts off all merch, 20% off merch, a free shirt every single year. You are a diehard, 20% off events, all kinds of good stuff. Join our Discord, have fun, talk the talk, get free beers from Owen, all of that good stuff. Comes directly with the diehard.
Max is buying beers.
Comes directly with the diehard membership. All right, just a couple of comments in here before we head out of here. Andrew, love his honesty. I wish former Cardinals coach Cliff Kingsbury had that cool collective with displaying them. Yeah, God bless Mr. Juan. Love it. We're talking all kinds of football here. Mon McPhee. Great job, guys. We appreciate that. Charles, good win. Hope the boys keep it going. And Albert, should I spend $200 in PHNX locker?
I'm not saying no.
Yes. What?
Yeah, we're not saying no. Exactly. We're not saying no.
I'm saying yes. Hey, definitely should. I'm not your financial advisor, but yes.
I think Tyler's going to be drinking some beers.
Here. Okay. On that note, we've been at the. And Greg Berhalter.
Greg Berhalter.
Okay, no, we're done. This has been the PHNX Rising postgame show. We're freaking out of here. Thank you to everyone who hopping on. Everyone in the chat, you guys crushed it. You guys know already we're going to be back on Tuesday at 6 p.m. for our usual show. Owen's going to be back from Monterey Bay. He said he's too cold to do longer than 35-minute show.
Cold. It's all right.
You literally said, Max, can we keep this around half an hour? Because I'm a little cold. I want to get out of here. I have to wear 3 different layers of clothing. Okay.
I don't have 3 different layers of clothing on. Stop making things up, Max.
Whatever. You said stuff. Okay. You said
2.
And the tie. That's 3. Boom.
There is no
tie.
That's
3 layers.
There is no tie.
Gosh darn it. All right.
I didn't wear a tie today.
This ain't Jake Anderson. All right. You can follow me on Twitter at Max David Sims. You can follow Owen on Twitter at OJEvans18. And you can follow us at PHNX__Rhymes because double the underscore.
Double the fun.
Double the fun and double the freaking
and shots that Max
sword.
Is buying you.
Gosh darn it. No, we were almost out of here. All right, everyone, appreciate it again. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a nice rest of your weekend. Remember, it's a beautiful game. So much to be beautiful where the team comes the hell back, scores a nice victory on the road. Let's go.